So what's your preferences like?
Yo, what up, Seema? Hi. Listen, about my preferences, I want to get actually a girl who is actually very much like you, Seema. I really like you, Seema. I don't see any fault with you. So I want you, Seema.
We cannot be greedy. I want this. So it cannot be a tailor-made. You have to adjust and little compromise.
Tell your husband to, compromise and be flexible and adjust it. You okay? Come on, let's party. Indian matchmaking. Like, I've just seen 3 episodes of, but I feel like a lifetime worth of memes. And it's funny because it doesn't make sense to me. At the same time, it's true. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna go sequentially. I don't think I can show you all the stuff that they showed because of copyright issues, and I don't know if this video will get taken down because of it, but I'll try my best. They lure you in with showing you Preeti and Akshay, and I've heard about Akshay being this dude who wants like a wife that is just like his mom. I don't know about him, I haven't reached him yet. But then they cut to Seema from Mumbai. Is it me, or does she look like a hybrid of Mindy Kaling and Dolly Bindra had like a really insane love child, and this is what it looks like? I don't know, but I got that vibe from her. So Seema says after that somewhere, she says marriage is an industry, and I couldn't agree more. In India, marriage, more than a labor of love and a meeting of 2 families and joining relations, it's an industry. Let's face it. And arranged marriages especially are the biggest industries. And let me tell you, India will only do arranged straight marriages. They will never do you think ever there will be a time in India where there will be arranged gay marriages? More I hear her say that this is what we need, this is the criteria, this is it. For some reason I got reminded of audition calls, like casting calls and stuff like that. But at least in auditions, you can prove yourself via your talent. But here, none of that, because all of the requirements are not in your control. Horoscope, height, race, or caste, you're like, what? I can't do anything about these things. It's insane. She's insane. Okay, but it gets better. So right after this, they cut to my boo, my bae, my favorite, Aparna. The first thing you hear from her is how she's talking about somebody's dreams and ambitions, and I don't have to watch you play soccer every weekend. At least that'll be the great thing. Oh, and are we supposed to be with our husbands all the time? Like, do we do that thing? What do I say? She seems like the worst person ever, and I thought, this is what these shows do. They try to lure you in by showing the worst side of them first so that you're interested and you see more because they'll have a redeeming factor. Now with this one, she says, as a child, I was very studious. Bish, you Indian, you had no choice. Don't lie about that shit. She says some of the weirdest shit, but she has like a 55-minute date concept thing. So in 55 minutes, if the guy doesn't impress her, she's like, bah, bish, take care. She has this mentality where she's like, I have to be impressed. And in 55 minutes, that's it. No second chance, nothing. And I get that there has to be a certain kind of attraction, but I think if you didn't have that attraction, why would you go on a date in the first place? I don't know. But she has this like very egoistic mentality where I'm like, I'm on top of the world and you all are my bitches. Then Aparna, my god, bless her soul, she starts listing off all these things. I want this, I want that, I either go on a date, I connect, or I don't connect. And then Aparna has the most ridiculous thing. She's like,
I went on a date and I knew it didn't work out because when I said I want to travel and go to Bolivia because they had salt flats, and he didn't know he didn't know Bolivia didn't have salt flats. I'm like, yeah.
The pressure. Bolivia didn't have salt flats. Bolivia doesn't have salt flats. How could I not know this? Aparna, will you not love me because I didn't know that Bolivia didn't have salt flats. Please! If you don't know Bolivia didn't have salt flats, you're not good enough, Aparna. And that's a fact. You know how they say Netflix and chill? I disagree. Netflix has got no chill because the bullet points for Aparna, she asks her what are the pre-requirements that you require from your husband. And then Aparna says some shit like
if he wants to dress the way he feels like, that's negotiable. That can be discussed later.
The more I hear this lady, the more I understand. Aparna, listen, you don't want a husband. You want a child. You want to control every minor aspect of this person. You don't want a husband. You know what? This is best. That Akshay dude in the starting, he wants somebody like a mother. You want somebody like a child. Simi, I'm telling you, let me do your job for you. These guys are perfect. Get them together. Simi is a thug. After Aparna tells all her prerequisites, Simi is like, yeah, but that doesn't matter anyway for a good marriage. You gotta compromise and adjust anyway. Then what is your damn need? What? Why? I thought your job is to listen to these prerequisites and then match somebody who matches those prerequisites. If you're going to go out and say, listen, that doesn't matter, you gotta adjust. Why pay you at all for your job? Like, what the hell? Like, I don't get it. Like, Simi, you're just weird. Anyway, so she says all this shit to Aparna, and Aparna's like, yeah, we'll see. And I realize that people like Aparna will eventually get married and they will be happy. But here's the kicker. The actual good people, the kind people, they'll get screwed. I've never seen anybody who's had nice, kind soul happy or been lucky with their love life. Never. It's never happened. I don't know, it just seems sad and unfair. Next we cut to, oh my god, we cut to Pradyuman. And just like the guy on CID, kuch to gadbad hai. I could look at him and be like, well, this guy looks like a douchebag, but is he one? I mean, people would be like, oh, he looks decent, and he's well off, so it might not be a bad match. And the moment he opens his damn mouth, you're like, you proved me right, you dumbass. He's serving food with money tissues. If that doesn't tell you what kind of mentality he has, I don't know. The first time I saw this money tissues, I'm like, someone actually went out, saw this, like, hey, that does not look pretentious at all. Let me buy it. And then when somebody comes to make a match for me, I'll serve it to them to show status. I don't get it. How do these people unironically do these things? I don't get it. So then what Pradyuman does is he starts serving them all these exquisite dishes that he's made, or we don't actually really know. He just must have seen the recipe. I don't know. He must have made them. I don't care. And then he starts giving it to them with wrapped in they're eating gold. What the I know he's a gold and like a jewelry designer and everything, but why is he putting in food? Then they eat fox nuts, and you obviously know that Pradyuman called it fox nuts and not makhana or makhna because standards. Then Simi says to Pradyuman's mother that if the parents aren't there, then it'll be a flop meeting. Because their kids can never decide who they want to spend their life with, right, Simi? Yeah, you're absolutely right. I understand that marriage in India is a marriage between two families, but at the end of the day, it's still those two people who have to decide. And what is up with this love for the word flop? There's nowhere in the world that I've heard that word more than in India. Flop meeting, flop actor, flop movie, flop this, flop that. Why? Why do you love the word flop? Why can't you let flop? Then obviously Simi from Mumbai asks Pradyuman about his preferences, and he goes like, look, I'll tell you chronologically, there is no timeline involved, so what is he going on about? And then he says attraction. So I'm like, oh, maybe I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I thought he meant alphabetically. So I'm like, okay, no problem. And he says attraction is very important, because you got to be attracted, and I agree, it is important. Then he says growth, and then he says family compatibility. Which school did this bish go to where his G's come before the F's? What is wrong? You couldn't even do this. Chronology, alphabetical order, out the window along with logic. बेटे तो वही बना, वो दुआ वाला मखाना. जा वही बना. Then his parents say that we've got around 150 rishtas in the last 1.5 years. God damn! This man might put all the dating apps out of business. And then his mother says that he only goes by the photos, which seems kind of shallow, but then again, maybe he got catfished a lot of times. I don't know, man, this guy's weird. If he got 150 relations in 1.5 years, maybe he's been catfished a bit. But he's met only like 3 or 4 of them, according to Smith. So I don't know what this dude is. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. He seems like a douchebag, but maybe he's not. Who knows? Then he shows his closet. I'll marry him. If he has a closet, I'll marry him. It's a pretty good closet, I'll tell him that. Although the digital fingerprint and his face on it, some of my friends told me there's his face on his lock. What? If that doesn't tell you what you're going to marry into, I don't get it. That's really weird. So just careful. Then we reach Nadia, and Nadia is a nice girl. Okay, she's a very nice girl. She seems good at her work. She's not shy. She's an event planner. Honestly, from the first episode, she seems like the best out of the lot, like the most sensible one out of the lot. But then again, she called Seema, so I don't really know. Nadia says that most of her relationships don't work out, and you know, she's like, the biggest problem that she's having is that she's Guyanese and not technically Indian. You know, she has a bit of both. So anyway, she opens up to Seema and tells her about all this stuff and about how the hardships she's faced, and she's looking for somebody who's open to her Guyanese heritage along with her Indian heritage and just doesn't dismiss it. And immediately Seema says she's Guyanese, so it's going to be tough for me to match. I mean, I guess she's dropping the truth, but still, man, seems harsh. Seema, what the hell, dude? Then we cut back to Aparna, and Aparna and her mother are talking, and my god, this has been insane. And that sister, my god, she's just like adding fuel to fire. Classic sibling behavior. Then Simi asks Aparna's mother, like, why do you think she hasn't been able to find a match all this while? And Aparna's mother says, you know, I'll be very honest, I think she's very busy. Yeah, she is. She's very busy setting up unrealistic expectations, which I feel stem from you, Aparna's mother. You seem very egoistic. You seem very condescending. I don't know why. Because who talks like that? I swear to God. Then we switch back to Nadia. She shows like a couple of biodatas to Nadia. Like she got a couple of matches. That's great. And there's one guy who's a comedian, and for some reason really wanted Simi to take that to Aparna because of Aparna's views on sense of humor. Oh my god, that would have been so good. Then she explained how these matches work. You have to pick one, and if that doesn't work out, then I'll give you the other two options, you know. I was like, how much does she get paid for like just pimping all these people out? And then I realized somebody said she gets like paid 4 lakhs. I should set people up and just charge like 4 lakhs for it. Like, it'll be the best. I don't think they can tax me for that. Can they? Can they tax me for setting up people? Is that? I don't know. I should really look into it. Then we come back to Aparna. Simi says, Aparna is stubborn. What Simi doesn't say is, I'm also equally as stubborn, so I'm going to give the Bish only one match. So anyway, Simi reaches there with her one proposal. And then the first person it goes to is the mother. And so now you know the power dynamics in that house. You know, the more you look at Aparna looking at this profile, you realize she doesn't find anything attractive about him. Maybe even not his appearance, like nothing. She's just like, she's just finding a reason to hate him. Like he goes outdoors, I hate the outdoors. Bolivia, Salt Flats, that is inside your house? What is this nonsense? Then Simi drops the bomb. Simi drops the bomb. She says he understands humor. And the shock. I've never seen that kind of shock. I've only seen that kind of shock when, you know, your friends fail in board exams or some shit like that. The entire house went silent and was shook. They were shook to their core. And then Aparna says, you know how much I hate comedy. And that's the irony, because that is the funniest shit in that episode. The sheer disappointment in all of them leads me to believe that this shit's not going to work out. But who knows, maybe it will. I could be wrong. Maybe Aparna will become a nice person, or Aparna's mother will be a more accepting person. I don't know. Then towards the end we see Aparna just, you know, trying to like talking to the audience or the camera, and we see her and it looks like she's about to cry. I think she realized she's going to die alone.
I think there's many reasons I'm single.
You think, Bish?
People care about sense of humor.
Which is ironic because your life has been the biggest joke I've seen. I don't know, it's just like, how can you... I don't think you know what fun is. So obviously you don't care about it because you fall into that concept.
My type's evolving, definitely.
Yeah, backwards. Or maybe she meant like she knows, maybe she's getting clarity on what she really wants in her life. She's not getting clarity and removing the checkboxes. She's just getting clarity and adding more specific things to those checkboxes. Which, I don't know if that'll work in the long run.
There's nothing about me that I think I need to change or evolve or grow into to be a better partner for someone else.
You expect, see, I understand that if you don't want to change your standards and you know, like, just because I'm married doesn't mean I'll be a different person. I get that. But I feel when Aparna says that, she says that I don't need to grow, evolve, or change anything about me at all because I want them to fit my lifestyle. But why can't you fit theirs? Why can't you both fit each other's lifestyle? Like, it's always about you, isn't it, Aparna? I don't get it, Aparna. Like, really, I feel like there's something wrong with you. But I can't even blame you because I feel like all this has been force-fed to you by your mom. I think, I don't want to blame here, but I blame your mom. I feel because she set such high standards and precedents for you that you monkey see, monkey do, I guess. I don't know, it seems that way.
I would say is everyone's expecting a lot from you. My parents are doing.
Yeah, like your shirt buttons. Man, just close it. Like, why? Just like nobody wants to see your cleavage, buddy.
Oh, Pradyum,
You can
wow.
blow it.
But he has a very high expectations. But I can tell that she has very high expectations.
Yeah, they're trying to find a life partner. They better have high expectations. Your job is to know that and then move forward. I feel like you say these things so that everybody appreciates how hardworking you are, and sometimes you might just not be. You just say it so people appreciate it more. But that's not the case, Seema. It shouldn't be.
What does a mother want? To see them
The
happy?
happiness of the children.
Immediately I thought 98% on board. Don't worry, she does me better. Around 27 minutes and 27 seconds in, Aparna's mom, Jyotika, says, "Don't let me down. I don't want you to ever do that to me. I never want to see you be on a report card. I want 3 degrees. Nothing less than 3 degrees." There you go. Now you know where this unrealistic standards and expectations come from. It's the mother.
And someone who satisfies both mother and daughter.
And I laughed at that. I don't know why I had it sounds funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caste is not a problem for everybody.
Seema from Mumbai, are you really from Mumbai? Come on, man. If you're in India, you know this is a problem for everybody.
You don't pick your parents, you don't pick your siblings, you don't pick your children. I think the only family member you select is your spouse.
So adoption doesn't exist. And you kind of make your children, so you at least decide if you want to have. I don't get you, Aparna. Like, I kind of understand what you're trying to say, but why does it also make no sense at all? What is up? I don't really hate you. As much as it might seem like I hate you, I don't hate you. I hate your mom. I do hate your mom.
We trust your expertise. I'm 34.
Which is the most lawyer line she could have said, because she's like, I trust it, because if you breach it, I will sue your ass. So that was the end of episode 1. Let me know if you liked it, because if you did, I'll do an episode 2 and episode 3. So yeah, let me know what you thought. Like that like button, subscribe if you already haven't, and as always, wear a mask. Don't wear it here. Don't wear it as a chin guard. Don't wear it as a scarf. Wear it completely. If you're going outside, wear a mask completely, okay? It's not fun. People have been dying since March. You know, people say every now and then there comes a time where you can be a hero. This is the time. Just wear a mask. Don't be stupid. Okay. Bye.